Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Yugo Puzzle. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm recording this back to back with the previous episode. So... Oh... Did you get two yellows in here now? That's clearly impossible. Because previously... Well, I've got a lot more mobility to build structures by keeping different colors apart before they get merged together, I suppose. But it feels like I have to glue the yellows together like this, because when they are like this, I still need 3 blocks of ceiling height in order to do that, and I only have 3 blocks of whatever here. So I guess right off the bat, tell me why this isn't already the solution? Because it feels like this is the only thing that's even vaguely possible. So why does this not solve the puzzle? For the obvious reason that this can no longer move to the... Oh, wait. Here. Why is this not the solution? It is the solution. Okay, great! The last puzzle took me 2 hours. This puzzle took me 1:30. I mean, I did learn a whole lot working on the last puzzle, but that was surprisingly easy. Oh, boy. I think I understand how 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, and 5-4 are going to go now. So now... let's not think too hard about it and just assume that it's going to be the same... Oh, I can't have this jump on top. Same dealio, I was about to say. But you know what I could do? Not that. Can I have yellow jump into the middle? Then they won't be able to ride all together. Or maybe they can. Maybe they can. Can I... this might work. Suppose I do this. And this. This can't jump on top now. I need this to... Ooh, and no. Yeah, it gets a lot more difficult. Even if blue were on top right now... If I move to the left, it would just fall down. And if I move blue to the left, it would fall in here. So I need my yellows and blues to start getting offset, I think. In some non-obvious way. The idea being a yellow goes over here. And then a blue hops on here. So once again with the grid, I need yellow, blue, blue, these 3 individual blocks to be stacked on top to be able to slide this yellow over. How can I do that? And the answer is clearly that I can't, and it's impossible. Okay, here's something that's just kind of occurring to me. Yellow can climb down and up this. So that's probably useful. If I put this yellow aside so that they don't start merging together, because the only place they could merge together that would help me get all the verticality I need is on top here, and we've already discovered that if it was on top there, then blue could never travel with this over here. So I don't want them to merge yet. So then the question becomes, is there a way that I could get blues and yellows to ride together. See, like if I do this, the blues are going to merge, and now it can never be tall enough. If I do... Forget about the fact that the blues are merging right now. This is a way to get yellow to jump up here. But even with yellow jumping up here... Like, I can't carry this whole structure. Like, this can carry because the blue is offset. So from here, do I think from here is the right place to be from? Let's say yes. Is there any other possible way this could work? Like, I'm starting with these two connected on the bottom. Is that necessarily the right thing? Let's not pigeonhole myself just yet. Suppose, for example, I had a too tall yellow that got set off to the side. Can't get set off to the side. It's immediately going to merge with something. Oh, wait, why? Okay, I know why this is going to work, but let's illustrate why this doesn't work. So there's a couple of reasons. One is this can't move to the left. Two is, again, even if it were on top, it can't move with the yellow. And in terms of like a too wide raft, I was trying to see if there was a way to make a too wide blue raft that then the yellows stack on top of. It's kind of a vague idea that I had. So let's see. Suppose, let's just move this guy over here for a second. Suppose I had a too wide raft like this. If these were on top of this, this still needs to be 2.5 tall. No, I can't do this horizontal thing at all, right? Why was I able to do the horizontal thing before? Hold on. I have 5 blocks. Previously, I had 6 blocks. Is that true? Hold on. Level select. 5-1. There are 6 blocks. Okay. Level select. 5-2. There were only 5 blocks. Okay. So 5-2, there were only 5 blocks. And I managed to solve it instantly. By somehow being clever, I think. I just did this, right? Yes. I did this, and that solves it. I'm gonna resolve it. Look at me, I resolved it. Great. Okay. So now there's 5 blocks, but this time 3 of them are yellow. So is there a way to make the 3 yellow tall and have the blues make the little dippity-dappity-do? So, well, no, because I'm still trying to push yellow in here. So 3 tall yellows means the yellows are never going to get in here. And is there any other way the puzzle has gotten clever on me? So once again, if this wants to go to the left, the only possible way, it can't jump up, so it has to slide to the left. The only way to slide to the left is to have a ceiling above. A ceiling connected via blue isn't sufficient because the whole ocean would just jump. We've seen that before, which means I have 3 remaining blocks and they all must be vertically on top of this. However, I've started with this configuration, and that's not necessarily the case. It's also the case that I could start with this configuration. That one's not great, but I could also start... Or could I? I don't think I could start with this configuration. Because once again, in order to slide I've only got 2 blocks left, and there's 2.5 blocks of space. So I do think the only possible solution involves yellow blocks being here with 3 more blocks above them before this goes here. So what colors could this possibly be? Well, if yellow were connected here and there were 2 blues directly above, that would work. But is there any previous move that could have gotten me into that state? If the blues had just moved, they would have had to like jump up out of the ocean or jump up from, remember that there's a yellow block here, a very high ledge. So that's impossible for the blues to have just moved. And if the yellows just moved, if they had just moved to the left, the blues would have had to been like hanging up in the air. And if they had just moved to the right, that's impossible to just move to the right. Like that would have been the solution state that I was trying to get to. But yeah, if I were here and there were 2 blue blocks, yeah, just hanging in the air that these guys decided to get up underneath, no, that can't happen. So it can't be blue, blue, yellow, yellow, yellow. So suppose it were, so those are the 2 blues on top. Suppose it is 2 blues on the bottom. We have seen, we have witnessed, in fact, we can witness right now that that part, I think, is doable. So let's try to witness it right now, rather than just picturing it in our head. It is possible to have had the 2 blues here. Now the question is, could the yellow also be balancing on the head while that was all happening? And already, just to get the 2 blues down, it seems like the yellow was already kind of out of here. And even if yellow had been standing on blue's head right now, it would have just dropped down and gotten glued together. And if yellow tried to jump first, we'd get into the previous solution that we said already was impossible. So I don't think it can be 2 blues on the bottom. So that leaves the idea that there's a blue and then a yellow and a blue. And that's even more impossible than all of the rest, because they're not glued to each other, and so they can't move as a structure. And therefore, the puzzle's impossible. All right, we solved it. This one's possible. Great, moving on. What else am I not thinking of? I've already come up with something that I'm not thinking of. I didn't even have to cut away. Suppose there were a blue and a blue here with 2 yellows on top. That would actually work. Or the blue and the blue... no, we'd have to go this way diagonally. If the blue and the blue were this way diagonally, then the 2 yellows on top wouldn't reach. But the blue and the blue this way diagonally with the 2 yellows on top, that could work. And that might be set-upable. So that would look like... What did I say, the 2 blues? They had to be, yeah, facing this way. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I think this is the solution. All right, we came up with 3 different ideas. We went by each one by one, and we came up with the one that's going to work, right? Right? It didn't work. This jumps here first, then this jumps here. Oh no. Doesn't work. That can't go there. It is possible to have this ceiling, and you can slide to the left. The problem is I can't have you underneath that from there. So this is the problem I was having back in 5-1 or 4, or whatever was the first iteration of this puzzle, which is something wanted me to go at this angle, but something else wanted me to go at this angle. And so the something else here is the fact that yellow could carry this whole structure to the left, But then he needs to be underneath it at its tallest point, which you can't do on the last step. These can't all move together. Okay, so what if blue goes vertical the other way, then it's not tall enough? And there's no way for blue to climb, well, blue just merged in here, climb this, right? What if it were too tall yellow here, and then the blue and one thing on the top? That's also at least plausible and worth considering. So too tall yellow. I need a blue that's going this way, which is still possible to do. And then the yellow on top. But the problem now is blue can't even jump on top of this. Like, blue needs to get on top. And blue is not currently on top. Is there a way blue could have gotten on top earlier? I think there is, actually. Because, no, it'll glue some yellows together. Could these yellows have not gotten on top of each other yet? I think maybe. Maybe? Maybe. There's no way to shuffle these around up here, right? Yeah, I don't think so. If I do this, this still might work. Okay. Yeah. This is what I need, I think. Is this everything I need? I'm not sure. So, this can go to the right, this can go to the right, this can go to the right. I now have the correct height. Is this exactly what I just built before? I'm not sure. Right, I know. What I want to do is swap things like this. No, I need the one block to be on the left because he's the one who's sliding in, so that's not correct. One can slide like this. When I'm here, you can't move to the left because you're in the way. So I need blue facing the other direction. We keep going back and forth and back and forth. Suppose blue is facing the other direction. So can I do this with blue facing the other direction? Oh my gosh. Can't keep an idea in my head straight for some amount of time. Something dark side. Okay. Can blue be facing the opposite direction? So that looks like what? Ooh. In order to get blue the opposite direction, no, I needed one yellow, which implies the two yellow already have to be down here out of the way, which I'm not sure if that's going to work, but we'll worry about that later. So is this the opposite direction? Well, no, this can't possibly work, because once again, if it was this direction, then when yellow has this at the very edge against his head, 2 is not high enough. So it definitely had to be going that way. And the problem with that way, I've already witnessed, so that it just doesn't work. So this just doesn't work. So I can't have a single yellow with blue this way or this way. Horizontal doesn't work because then it would never be tall enough to reach the ceiling. Vertical? 2 vertical blues can't balance on a single yellow's head for the duration of the puzzle. So that implies I need 2 yellows. So that implies, once again, I think if all the reasoning was correct, this has to be the shape. But I just went through 3 different things. I tried 2 blues in the bottom, I tried 2 blues in the top, and then so I was trying blue, yellow, blue, or something, and then something else happened in the middle. Or was I still in the middle of trying 2 blues on the bottom, maybe? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So many solution ideas, it's hard to keep track of them all. Suppose this yellow goes here. If this jumps up here, they connect in bad ways. If this jumps out of the way so these can connect, sure, this can get up here, but I don't see how this guy can ever get up here. And I don't see a way for this guy to jump on top of this. Here, just make a big long jump. Boing! I tried to hold my mouse really hard. Press the button, but it didn't jump all the way 2 spaces over to here. And even if it did, this guy would also have to make a giant leap. So yeah, I would like to solve this today. I'm running out of hints, but I'm going to take a hint. I have 1 hint left for today. Let's hope it's enough. Wait, what? Horizontal? Then it can never be high enough at the ceiling. There's a push that comes from a diagonal thingy that I've forgotten about as a mechanic. So I forgot about the fact that if this guy couldn't climb, so if he were shaped this way, you can just, oops, I can't push that way. But this, no, that didn't push either, because you went up. But basically there's a way to execute a push. There's a way to execute a push. What am I trying to say? Right now you're hopping up. All right, let's just form what the hint has actually shown me. So there are 2 blocks here. There was a yellow block here. And there's a blue block here. Somehow I need to create something that is going to push this. Okay, here is one instance of such a push. Yellow just got pushed to the left. Suppose that back here, I dropped another blue here. This is a hop. Is there a way to get blue pushing? Probably. Suppose this were here. Actually, suppose I did this. Blue is pushing continually, so yellow is not hopping up, but it's the wrong shape. So that's another way to do a push. So how do I do a push? I think I'm almost there. Aha, I think I finally got it. Okay. Yellow can push blue, can push yellow. If I do, oops, if I do, wait. This. Yellow's pushing blue, blue's pushing yellow. And that pushes yellow underneath. And then blue can just hop out of the way. Okay. So that was a lower block pushing a higher block of a different color. And then the higher block was pushing the lower block that it was resting upon. And it wasn't jumping up in the process. Got it. Okay, so that was just kind of a mechanic that I forgot about. And then this is kind of predictable. This is the last puzzle, right? If I go to level selection. Oh no. No. There's more puzzles. All right. Can I not use the same solution idea on this one? Namely, have 2 bits of yellow separate. Oh, the blue would just fall in the ocean if I try to use it as a push. But the blue could just push from the top. If I had 3 of them together like this, I can't have 3 of them together. Then they can't fall down. But if I did, yeah, that's fine. That, and then this. Then blue can just ride from the top, and he will jump up, but he will only push on the yellow as a little boat that goes in here. Great. Okay. So there was a extremely difficult one, there was an easy one, there was an extremely difficult one, there's an easy one. And then obviously this is going to be an easy one because we have to break the pattern, right? Right? Okay. So it seems like this is just build the super tall structure at a glance. Like yellow can't push itself. So it feels like this is just, I need 3 more yellow blocks on top of this. And I only have 5 blocks, so that's the only way to do it. And of course the problem is that it's impossible, because if I try to build that tall, we run into this minor issue, which is that it doesn't fit. And if I had 4 of them, we can see that I am exactly 1 block short. I'm curious what happens if I ask for a hint. All the hints have been used for today. That's all it says. Okay. Just like, you're out of luck, Brian. Nice try. Try again tomorrow. All right. So... I guess I would need a 3 tall that was gonna like jump up onto another structure or something. Like, can I structure this differently? So suppose this just backs off over here. A 3 tall could get in here. But it's incapable of jumping up onto the top of this. If I try to get them close enough together to where it could jump, then they're already glued together and it's too short. Now, there is the fact that this can walk on the water first. And so is there a way to make a tall structure first and then build the steps and then have it jump the other way? I don't think so. There's still... I said that yellow can't push itself. Let me try to verify that, because I'm a little bit uncertain. So in particular, if I do this, that didn't push, it just merged. Is there any way that I could get a push from like something of a different height? What would that even look like? I don't think there is. Just trying to think if I have like some kind of other staircase structure. Yeah, I don't think so. See, I don't think yellow can push itself. So I do think I need to build the aforementioned shape. And so we'll back up to what I was previously just thinking about, which is if I built these pieces in the other order, this can't jump up on top of that. What if the only place to connect these halfway is up here? Then this part has to move unmolested all the way to the end. And then it needs to have 3 more blocks on top of it. So it needs to shuffle the whole way across here, it seems like. And so there's no case where doing this could ever be helpful. Just Just to stand back, I appreciate that there are 5 different iterations on this puzzle that are kind of just little tweaks of it. It's a nice little puzzle design, and it's cool that they're able to take the same idea and just kind of iterate on it and come up with different and interesting and unique puzzles. I don't think I'm getting this today. I can't get another hint, and so I'm curious. There's a 6 and a 7. I'm just curious to see if they're going to introduce any new mechanics or anything. Like, doesn't seem like there's any new mechanics. There's just a half block here. Let's work on this for a minute. The problem is red. I need to elevate red. That does seem quite difficult. Blue could start stair-stepping and possibly get over some yellows in order to reach up to where red is and almost get red where he's going. Yellow could also make a stair step, but now there's nobody to stair step over. I mean, I guess there's the red. Yellow could also step in here. If yellow stepped in here... Oh, yellow can't step in here. Oops. If there were 2 blocks here, and this jumped down, the blue would be here, the blue would be here, and the yellow could get across. So if I could push the yellows through before rescuing red, then that seems like it would work. Can I push the yellows through? This is no longer capable of pushing. But back at the beginning, it could have done some pushing. However, if it did, it would have run out of jumpiness, maybe? Maybe not. So suppose I just did a push, and I left that there. Then I built my staircase. It can't staircase up far enough. And if I do this, then yellow needs another push to get back in. Okay. Great. And if I build a yellow staircase, is that good or bad? Oops, I forgot to have red jump across. Red could also push yellow, but then red needs a staircase to get back up, right? Yeah, the problem is the staircase here. So, if I could slide the 2 yellows here and here, blue could stand on it and red could get to his destination. And the problem is I can't do that. And if I get the yellows slid in already by having blue and red step down and try to help out, that's not the best help. Then the problem is that there isn't enough height to reclimb everything, I don't think. So I guess red could get on top of blue over here. And they can carry each other. Oops. I guess it's mostly blue carrying the red. But now the problem is blue can't do any more climbing. Blue could do more climbing on top of the red. And then blue's back over here. And then there's my staircase that red needs. Great. Red can't get there, but there's my staircase that red needs. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So the place that red ended up getting off of blue was right here, because blue just needed one more step. So how could I have done this differently? Is there a way to have red hang out in here with yellow? And something... Oh, no, definitely not that. I don't think so. Yellow as an additional staircase doesn't seem to help. I definitely need something in here for blue to stand on to finish off the staircase, it seems like. And it also doesn't help to just use blue's staircase to lift yellow up here as a platform, because red still can't get across. Okay, I built the staircase that red can't get to. What if there's a way for red to get to it? Is there any way... Well, if yellow comes back out, yellow can't get yellow's self back in. And furthermore, this still isn't enough to get red back on top. So yeah, there's multiple problems with this idea. Is there any chance blue needs to be a staircase in the opposite direction that tries to jump up here into this gap? Or have somebody be vertical or something? Suppose yellow is vertical. I think that's gonna immediately be a non-starter. Could I get yellow vertically in here? So there's one yellow in there. And here's the other yellow in there. But now red and blue... Well, I guess blue could at least get up here and form the staircase that red needs. But red is still trapped down here. There's no way... Yeah, blue was using that. What if I made two different shape staircases? This seems actually very interesting. Because... reasons? This can hang off of an edge now. Which feels like it has some value. Like, it's still not solving the problem. I'm getting more height than I'd gotten before. Which is interesting. Could I have swapped the order of these? So yeah, I can swap the order. Is this enough to do it? Well, no. I'd need like this one up here as well or something. And this jumping down obviously isn't going to help me. That can't quite get there. Okay, I'm not having immediate success with this. I want to also check out level 7. Like, I want to get a sense of when the game is going to end. This feels like it could be a final puzzle. Alright. This guy needs to get lifted up so that his hand can touch this. That seems to be most of the puzzle. Also, in order to get the reds together, it seems like this guy's gonna like have to stand on a half tile and then jump up onto here in order to kind of like gain the height that he needs. Yeah. And he'll probably also have to like grab a ledge over here at some point. Because that's the type of thing that happens in puzzles. And so this would have to be taller. This half block seems really important though, and I moved it down already. Let's maybe not do that. Let's save the half block for later. Actually, the half block could be used here to like lift him up arm-wise. Is that useful? Because then his foot could hop over here. And then nothing, because I stacked too many of these. So what if... Okay, so yeah, I think this is straightforward. We just have to kind of repeat the same pattern. So we get him up here. We get this guy in his head, because we're going to need that for later. The next thing we want to do is have him jumping up higher to the right. So we make this a bit higher. We have him step on top. We bring it over to here. Then he can step up, step up. Now we want this to be a bit higher again. So we get this a bit higher. Have him step up. Carry him over to here. Have him step up, and now we want this higher. This is where this final block finally joins the puzzle. So now he steps up here, and have him hop over here, and then from here he can hop and hop. There we go. Surely that was the final puzzle. That was a fun one. It's got the jaunty music. Let's see what happens. Really? It's not the final puzzle? Level 8? Is 8 the final puzzle? We may never know. I guess it'll be another day when I get some more hints, or we'll take a look at Puzzle 8. I'm going to say I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Yugo Puzzle, the game that never ends. For now, bye-bye.